Hello and welcome to Landia. Today I wanted to talk about that for you to change yourself, you actually need to accept yourself first rather than forcing change upon yourself. But first, I would like to tell you that I offer healing sessions. Basically, I guide you and I help you overcome difficult experiences or a difficult situation by providing you with techniques and methods that have helped me overcome difficult experiences. This is a space of acceptance and non-judgment. So if you are interested in that, book a healing session with me. First link in description. I grew up with narcissistic parents where nothing that I did was ever good enough. I felt that I was flawed to begin with. I felt that I was never good for them. I was never good enough for them. Everything I did was wrong. I was to blame for everything, right? So I felt and I grew up thinking and feeling that something was inherently wrong with me and I needed to change myself to be worthy of acceptance, love, safety, community, right? So I grew up with this idea that within me, I was never good enough because I was made to feel that way, right? I was a burden in their eyes. They were always criticizing me. And no matter how much I tried and how much effort I did to try to please them, it was never good enough. So I thought that I needed to change as a person because I believed that I was never good enough. Also, I think there is a component to this that is, for example, my parents will mistreat me and I'll feel pain, right? And they will shame me and guilt me for my pain, like there was something wrong with me for feeling the pain that they were causing me. And I felt that feeling pain was something wrong with me, that feeling emotional pain, that feeling sadness, that feeling frustration, that feeling anger was a default and something that was flawed within me. I felt like I shouldn't feel this way. So, for example, every time that I felt sad, I'm like, okay, I need to change. I need to change of sadness because feeling sad is a bad thing, is a flaw within me, and I need to force myself to be happy. So, for example, when I felt sad, I'll distract myself, I'll do things to escape. And for me, it was a very unhealthy escapisms that turned into a lot of unhealthy connections with other people where I would distract myself by being with other toxic people. That's later it became alcohol, it became substances, right? I felt that I had so much pain within me and I never felt good enough. I never felt smart enough. I never felt beautiful enough. I never felt enough and that I needed to force myself into becoming something different. I thought that for me to reach the state where I want to be, where I'm happy within myself, where I'm at peace, where I feel enough, that I need to become something that I'm not right now. So I will force myself to escape my pain and also force myself to study hard, read books that I didn't want to read to become more intelligent, go to the gym so my body will become this version where I finally feel beautiful enough for the world. And I've done all of that. And I could actually achieve the things I'm looking for. For example, if I want to feel smart, I could actually read the books. I could take the degree. I did everything that I thought it will make me happy, that I thought it will make me fulfilled, but I never did. Even with beauty, I thought I was ugly and I reached a point of beauty that at some point I realized, wait, people are perceiving me as beautiful. Am I beautiful though? I realized that no matter how much I try to change, no matter how much I try to achieve in the outside world, no matter how much force I put into becoming this person that I thought I wanted to be, I never felt that way. Even when I achieve the smartness level, the beauty levels, whatever I thought I needed to become it, I never felt that way. And that's when I realized that no matter how much I have, no matter how much I accomplish, my feeling of good enough lives within me. And how I feel is not going to change if I achieve this, if I achieve that, if I become this amazing, successful person, because ultimately it's a feeling within me. And after many years of putting this external force to become and achieve something, right? Putting this external force in the outside world to become a thing that I thought I'm going to be finally get approval from, I'm going to be finally seen as this amazing, smart, beautiful person. No matter how much I did it, no matter how much I accomplished it did not change the way that I felt. So at some point I became exhausted of trying to live for other people's expectation, of trying to become this thing to finally feel worthy. And at some point I reached a point of burnout and exhaustion, and I was like, I don't care anymore. I'm tired of putting all this external force to become something that's, no matter how much things I achieve, no matter how much I accomplish, I never felt it this way. I'm tired, right? And I can just give up and reach this point of burnout. And the beautiful thing about this is that in this point of giving up, in this point of burnout, I, instead of trying to accomplish something outside of me to become and feel more worthy, I decided to accept myself. I decided to accept the person that I am right now. I decided to accept my body, my skills, everything that I am. I decided to accept my pain. I decided to accept my flaws. I decided to reach into this state of acceptance where I did not need to become anything else than what I'm feeling right now. I did not need to become anything else than who I am right now. And in this state of exhaustion and burnout, I accepted myself as I am right now. I accepted I feel pain. I don't feel good enough. I don't feel worthy enough. And that's okay. Because at the end of the day, this is me. At the end of the day, this is who I am. And I cannot keep running and try to put so much force into becoming this person that, one, I am not, and two, I'll never feel that I am. So in this point where I decided to accept myself, that is actually when the most fulfillment and contentment I felt. I accepted myself in a stage of exhaustion, of burnout, in probably my lowest moments in my life. And that's where I felt the most content. That is where I felt the most loved. That is where I felt the most seen, the most heard, because it was never about becoming this amazing person. It was always about accepting who I am right now and realizing that I don't need to prove anything to no one to be worthy of love. I don't need to be a certain standard. I don't need to prove that I'm good enough because I already am good enough with all my flaws. With all my mistakes, with all my flaws, everything that I don't like about myself, I'm still good enough. And that's actually when I felt like my inner state started to change, was when I accepted who I am and how I felt right now as I am without trying to change myself, just accepting, hey, this is you and I love you for you, who you are right now. And I'm here for you for everything that you are. You don't need to change because you are already worthy of love. I love you as you are right now, even if I don't like what I'm going through, even if there are parts of me that I don't like about myself, I still love you unconditionally. And actually accepting and loving myself, for example, that example of feeling sad and wanting to escape sadness by forcing yourself to be happy. instead of doing that, instead of forcing myself to be happy when feeling sad, I accepted my sadness. And I was like, it's okay. You are sad right now. I'm here for you. You don't need to change. You don't need to force change. I love you and accept you as you are. And actually, accepting my sadness led me to happiness. Accepting my pain, accepting my frustration, and accepting my anger led me to the place that I was looking for, to a place of contentment, to a place of fulfillment, to a place of love, to a place of feeling seen, heard, and safe. So actually, accepting all the things that I thought I needed to change led me to the place of change. It led me to the person that I wanted to become. Accepting myself as I am led me to the state that I wanted to be in, which was a state of basically just a inner acceptance. It was a place of love, safety, contentment, fulfillment. I just wanted to feel that I liked where how I was living. I just wanted to feel that I enjoyed my present moment and that I liked the person that I am and that I liked the life that I was living. I just wanted to get into this state of inner peace, right? And I thought I needed to force that inner peace. For example, if I was going through a crying moment, hey, maybe I need to calm my mind. Maybe I need to calm myself. If I was struggling with a lot of overwhelming emotions, I thought maybe I need to meditate or do some yoga or whatever. And that worked for a short amount of time. But in the long run, the only thing that really changed the way that I felt was accepting how I felt. And I really believed, and what this taught me is that you don't force change, you accept change. In the sense that if you want to become something, for example, you want to become happier, you want to become more at peace, you want to feel more at peace, you want to feel happier, you want to feel this and that, you want to feel worthy, you do it by not forcing yourself to be happy, by not forcing yourself to feel peaceful, by not forcing yourself to become this thing, but you do it by accepting who you are right now and accepting your emotions as they are right now, because change is the only constant in life. We see this in people, in nature, in life. Change is almost our default mode. We are always changing. And actually, what stops change is the lack of acceptance. What stops change is us trying to fight ourselves, us trying to fight how we feel, who we are, trying to deny ourselves of exactly who we are right now. Because I think it goes to, for me at least, it goes to this core belief that I'm not enough. If I feel like I'm not enough, I need to become more. But realizing that I am enough and realizing that I'm worthy of love and acceptance as I am right now is accepting myself as I am right now. Is not trying to become this person for external approval. Is not trying to become this super successful, beautiful, lovable, whatever it is, to try to get external approval. No, it's about accepting who I am right now. With all my flaws, with all my mistakes, with all my downfalls, is accepting also the emotional pain and saying that I'm valid and I'm worthy and I'm lovable through all the pain, that I don't need to play this role or become this person to be worthy of love. And when I started accepting myself, that's when I saw change. It was not by me forcing myself to change, but it was by me accepting who I am right now. And accepting who I am right now naturally led me to change. It naturally led me to the state that I wanted to be in, a state of peace, a state of love, a state of acceptance, a state of support. And I actually feel that when I accepted myself, that's also when I did the most change in terms of my psyche, and also of course in life, right? When I started to accept myself, that's when I think I developed faster and I changed faster, changed my mind, changed my belief system, changed my ideas. That leads to changing your physical reality, right? Changing your place of home, like changing the place that you live in, changing your goals, changing your objectives. So the thing that that I had been fighting, that was myself, was the thing that I needed to learn to work with. I realized that I never needed to force myself to change my state. I never needed, for example, when I'm sad, to be happier. I never needed to look for external love to feel loved, that I never needed to look for external acceptance to accept myself. And I just accepted and loved myself as I am right now, and realize that I don't need to become nothing more to be deserving of love, because I am inherently deserving of love. I was born deserving of love. I was born worthy. There was never anything I needed to do to become worthy. And only me could give that love to myself. Let me know if you resonate with this message. I'm trying to share more of my personal life on here instead of just giving information. Instead of just preaching, kind of, I'm trying to explain what led me here, and it takes a lot of vulnerability for me to do this. I think I'm finally in a place of a self-acceptance that, hey, this is me. This is what I've been through. This is who I am. This is how I feel. And I think, again, for a long time, I did not accept myself, and I tried to hide myself from others and put on this farce and this image of being something that I'm not. And I'm really trying to demask that. And I'm trying to come here and be more vulnerable with you guys, because ultimately it is me, right? And this is all I have. And the journey is not about becoming something that I am not, is about accepting who I am. So let me know if you like this video, like in this kind of format, me explaining and telling my story a bit more. Also, if you like this video, give it a like. And if you like this content, subscribe. If you want to learn also how to accept yourself and ultimately change as a person, because acceptance leads to change, I offer my healing sessions where I give you techniques and methods that have worked for me to help you to accept yourself. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.